Okay, restart it again. Looks like I can restart. Oh, double vision here. Well, that was weird. Probably too many cooks got me killed from the comedy bit. You live, then you learn, then you get love. So let's see if Gray comes in. Send him the link. Don't know how else this will go. Now, if Gray will see the thing in Discord, that I don't know. I'm going to have to leave that out. Okay. Oh, thanks. Thanks for being present. Gray round. I sent him the link again, but old man checking Discord. But comedy, we were getting into the weeds with comedy. I still want to continue this some because we didn't really get into the satire of modern videos. I think that's really important to get to. I understand going from the sort of stand up acts that existed in the past, then getting into sort of the present that we're going into. But I'm really not quite sure how to bridge the gap between past comedy and modern comedy. And might as well play a bit, at least from one of my own videos. I don't even know. Yeah, check if I'm disabled. Okay, Gray's back in. Hey, Gray. Too many cooks took me down, I'm guessing.
I don't know. Either that or it was, I guess everybody else was thinking it was the slurs, but I'm not sure.
Which slurs do we use?
It wasn't me. If I remember right, you just went on a tirade, and then all of a sudden everything just went black. So I don't know, man. I think it started when you were talking about the Greeks, but I could be wrong.
The Greeks and the orgies. Oh shit! Let me not get into that dirty talk again. Okay,
yeah,
might get banned again. It probably was too many cooks. The visual sort of got me killed, or maybe even the low music I put. Not going to make that mistake again. Once you go black, you never go back, mystery stranger. I'm not racist. You gotta love the blacks.
Hey, it was a good thing it went black. Come on. Maybe that says more about.
Yeah, I once had a red door and I wanted it painted black. Let me not try to sing the Rolling Stones because I have a horrible ass voice. Okay, but yeah, we were sort of getting sidetracked with too many cooks. I was definitely distracting myself just by having that epic video playing. So I don't think everyone's source of humor, I mean, me and you, Gray, I think we align with some of the dark comedy aspects. We like a little bit of that dark in there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You were saying that you don't like the comedy, though. You don't like comedians that much.
Stand-up
like really
comedians just lack something. I think you're just a simpler man, Gray. It's fine to have simple taste. I like more meat on my bones. Okay, I like that plus size comedy. So I can dig my teeth in.
You can't understand the simple things in life. Okay.
I just don't like anorexic comedy. It needs to be fulfilling.
Yeah, no, you like the filler. You like the stuff
I don't like
that
comedy
takes away
that comedy
only waters it down. No, I got you. You like watered down comedy. I like the distilled, concentrated, direct from the source thing. But to each their own.
But you're twisting my words. I'm saying you.
Oh no! We were both twisting each other's words.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Like we took a
not like
page out of the initiative's book there.
Yep.
But Yeah,
We were
it's
both
getting
projecting,
petty
and the
in a good way.
projection was like bouncing back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No, like I don't think stand up is necessarily a simpler form of comedy. Like there is complexity to it. Like you can have simple comedy, like somebody just comes out there and starts telling like street jokes, like jokes that everybody's heard. I don't know. I don't think you're going to get a smattering of applause from people. Like a lot of it is that performance aspect. It's going to feel like it is, coming off the top of their head. Like they're just talking to you. Like, you might actually know them and they're personable about it. It's not going to be, oh, huh.
what did I put up a
Maybe.
comment? Up there? Oh,
I don't, I haven't checked my inbox lately, but,
yeah, going with the initiative. Find Bob pretty. He does have those wonderful eyes. Can't blame you for that. Probably his only attractive trait. Those dreamy black hole eyes that just suck you in because there's just nothing going on inside that head. Okay,
I would definitely agree with that. There's not much going on.
better
there.
than the hell that probably exists in Dane's head. But let's not get too. We all love making fun of the initiative.
Getting back to the comedy, so you were kind of implying that you think stand up is simple.
It can be
man. There's so many
simple.
things to it.
And-
Like I think they make it look simple, and then that's the the showmanship and the amazingness of a true performer. But I don't know, man. Like, so you've performed in front of people. Like, have you ever just gotten up in front of people to tell jokes, like into a mic? Like,
No,
it's
stage
different.
play. I mean,
So I used to do like a lot of band stuff. So it's like, you're there with a mic, you're singing a song, you're doing something rehearsed. That's just fine. But like, I can't tell you how many times like a drummer broke a head or like a guitarist broke a string or something where it's like, guys, fill for like 2 minutes. So it's like you're just trying to come up with something. It's harder than you think.
Oh, I am sure.
I was not great at it, but I don't know. It is kind of trial by fire. It's not something that you can kind of practice in front of like a mirror. You do have to have that like audience to actually feed off of. It is a skill and you can build it up, and not everyone has it. Like there is definitely a certain amount of like natural whatever charisma, whatever talent that just goes into this.
I actually.
So I don't know. You can only exercise it a certain amount, but oh man, I have so much respect for stand-ups. Like it is so ballsy, and then to just be able to own a room by like sitting down on a stool, in Chappelle's case, smoking a cigarette, and just kind of talking.
And you're
generally quietly
fangirling
into a
Gray
mic.
over the stand-up comedians. I'm
And
not
just
demeaning
him, but I
them.
mean, like you've got like Ali Sadiq who does the same type of deal where it's like they just grab the entire room's like just attention and focus, and it just like single-handedly like is the energy in the room, and they're more of storytellers, kind of like you're talking about.
You're not helping your case for not
but
fangirling.
I don't know.
But I
Cool,
do
fair enough.
understand what
But-
you're talking about. I mean,
It is a certain amount. Like if you just went up there and sat on a stool and started telling jokes, it wouldn't be the same thing.
no.
But not everyone does that. Some people run around the stage like you do have the Dane Cook style. I don't know. It's super high energy. It's not something that I would be doing, but I don't know. People seem to like that.
Yeah, I've done
He did have
monologues
a couple
before.
jokes that were kind of funny, but yeah. So it's a lot like that.
That's
like
memorization,
I
but a
don't
lot
know.
of people have
There
set
is an art
acts
to it.
and with a little bit of improv. But
Mhm.
sometimes on stage you got to improv a little bit when someone slubs up a line, unless you have some backup. But I've been in that situation before on stage, or
For sure.
on the top of a church with a gay
I don't know, it
director,
just-
and just let me not get into that. Okay, that was.
And
my
I mean,
last
I'm
acting
sure
job.
you've done like some improv and stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Like,
I
and all the
hate
acting that you've
my
done. Yeah.
my improv teacher hated me, but she was like a favorite person because she was a
But I
horrible
mean, like,
person.
that is awesome, Like, you're kind of performing in front of people. You don't have that safety net. Like, there is a possibility that it could just all fall, but, you're trying to make comedy. Like, I don't know. A lot of that is kind of what stand-up is. Just, it's just you. You don't have anyone else that you could kind of rely on. Like, if you miss a line, you don't have somebody that could back you up. If you don't know where you're going, you got nobody else.
One man
Like,
with
I
a
don't know,
mic
man.
versus the world, only armed
It's
with
just-
his
it's an
sense of. Yeah, I agree. It is art, and it personally, I just like the more complex collaborative effort of skits and movies, comedy that bounces off. Even if sometimes like Dog Show was I don't even know if that was the name of it, but it was about a dog show people, and it was
Best
almost
in Show.
completely Best in Show. Yeah, that was a completely brilliant movie, and from what I hear, all of it was ad libbed.
Yeah, they had like where the scene needed to go, but yes, almost everybody was just doing those improv. Yeah, it's kind of
That's definitely much more amazing to be able to do everything improv like that, and to be able
and
to
those
edit
Christopher Guest
together.
movies are amazing. He gets together like amazing cast to just be able to do that. It's really cool. Other people have tried it and it's not nearly as good. I don't know. Like you also get like a Curb Your Enthusiasm where it's very much in the same vein. Like he knows, okay, Larry has to do this in this scene, but the dialogue's all made up. Every once in a while they have a premise like you need to get this or whatever.
Yeah, like whose
But
line is it anyways? I love that show. Well, certain
yeah, I
shows.
used to like it.
Wayne Brady
They did it
sometimes
way back.
took it down a little bit, generally with the guest host. I mean, I like
So there was
his
actually a
musical thing.
British one
Oh, that was
that
much
was
better.
like
Yes.
way before this. Yeah, and it actually had Colin Mockery and Ryan Stiles in it. Comedy Central used to play it all the time, like
Yeah,
replay
I'm
it.
pretty sure I went.
That one was awesome.
But
I really dug that, and then it feels like they kind of dumbed it down for the American audiences, and they'd always use kind of the same piano thing for like the Western songs or whatever when they'd improv that. But I agree with you. It's that same type of deal. Like I don't know. It's a little bit different. I just took a little offense when you were saying that like stand up is kind of more the simple man's thing. That's like I don't know what it is.
okay, yeah, sorry I offended you, Greg.
There's an art to it.
Just sort of like how I offend
Oh,
gamers
it's not
by
the first
saying,
time. I expect offense when I talk to
of
you.
course,
But that's okay. I've come to accept you.
accept me and all my flaws.
but-
Sort of like how gamers always get cringe when
not
I
all of
talk
them.
about
Not-
Minecraft being just Lego for people and not really being that great of a video game. But you know, I have my hot takes. A lot of them, in fact.
I mean, they move, and there's creepers. Where are the Lego creepers, sir?
Oh, you a big
like,
Minecraft fan?
it's
You're
got
gonna
its own
stand for
things.
that also. But yes.
I don't know. I've never Minecrafted.
So where do you think the internet has picked up? We were talking earlier about the comedians going into podcasts and that being a more natural thing that
Yeah.
can include more people who aren't good at stand up, like Adam Carolla. Hell, even you can even say freaking. How am I forgetting his name? Biggest radio DJ, Howard Stern, with the biggest show for a while that even launched the whole stupid little satellite radio venture.
Weird. You turned into a robot the second that you started talking about Howard Stern. But yeah. So with like I can't remember if
Sorry.
I can't remember if it's yeah. Anyway, the satellite radio that Stern is for, he's still making a shitload off of that. But I don't know. I don't hear anyone really going into that anymore.
No, but it was the biggest thing.
still
He
like-
even got his own movie for a while.
Yeah.
Things evolve, and I think a lot of people took inspiration from Stern. Probably even a lot of the earlier podcasters. I mean, there's definitely some podcasters now, like, I can't think of their name right at the moment.
Well, for sure. And I mean, like, he is one of the original shock jocks that we kind of had. He is a legend by far. He inspired everyone, which then led to, like, the next generation, which would have been, like, Opie and Anthony.
That's who I'm thinking,
From
probably.
there, they expired, like, Jim and Robert Norton. They just, or sorry, Jim Norton and Robert, I can't remember.
You're
his name.
definitely better on name.
But,
It's also
yeah, but, like,
Masterson now.
it is kind of that next. Yeah, you still have the amazing robot voice going.
Really?
Um,
Oh.
yeah, it has persisted. I believe that's why the resistance is futile, sir. Yeah.
Keep talking, Greg.
Okay. So from like the progression of those radio shows, it seems like podcasts were kind of the next step in that evolution. And it really fleshed it out. So like Opie and Anthony did so much for comedians in like the early 2000s. It just led to this amazing, like, kind of dawn of they're kind of the premier comedians that we have right now. Um, but what kind of launched all of them was being on Opie and Anthony and realizing that, like, hey, when comedians just shoot the shit, it is hilarious. So that just kind of led into what these podcasts are. And then from all of these podcasts, we're kind of getting to, they're going to be visual podcasts because everyone is going to YouTube now. And comedians are just getting banned left and right now for just the simplest thing. But I think,
Do I still sound like a Borg?
I mean, no more than usual, but no more robot voice, if that's
what I mean. Resistance is
Okay.
futile. I'm putting on this voice just to fuck with you. Take me to your leader. But yeah,
I don't know. The radio was great, but it generally, like, you would get like the radio in the market that you're going to play, so you'd get like 5 minutes, and I don't know, that wasn't great. So when people like Howard Stern or Opie and Anthony had like comedians that actually came in and would like sit in for the show, it got amazing. And I think that's the natural progression into podcasts. They realized that, like, this is what comedians should do. Like, they really should sit in for the whole panel. They should crack wise. It's amazing. That's what they do. These guys are paid to be funny, and they are hilarious.
but they're the
And
old
when you get
guard.
multiple
Gray.
together, there's just a ball busting that's amazing.
They're the old guard. Okay, they are. They will be
I don't know if
deleted.
they are. Some of the most popular, most profitable podcasts, like Cumtown, was huge. I know they dissolved like 2 years ago or something like that. But I don't know. Like, it is newer, up and coming comedians who are kind of getting popular through social media, through YouTube, through their podcasts. I don't know that it is necessarily the old guard. It kind of led to this floodgate. Now anybody can be out there. And this year alone, I wish I had the exact number. I think it's like, I can't remember how many comedy specials, but it is like a record-breaking amount of comedy specials that have come out this year, and specifically on YouTube. Yeah, it is. We're in a boom of comedy right now, and it is amazing.
Now you think YouTube has taken certain issues with certain people. This is why Tim Dillahunty and the other guy who you had an interesting story about Roseanne Barr.
And Theo Vaughn just got both of them just got strikes last week. Excuse me, Tim Dillon and Theo Vaughn, and it's really kind of wow. For nebulous reasons as far as the Tim Dillon one is concerned, and then for the Theo Vaughn one, it's really kind of crazy because it was essentially Roseanne, but she was talking about. It was very similar to is it a Modest Proposal, the one that we were talking about before?
Yeah, you were comparing it.
I see similarities, like the way this guy took it so seriously.
Roseanne was a genius back in the day. She might have lost her edge. Yeah. Maybe a break has done her good, even if it wasn't her choice. So I would like to see what she's doing now. I know she definitely was down on the out for a while, so I'm hoping to see her come back before. Because Carlin,
she's pretty funny. She just started a podcast herself. I think she's on like episode 3 or 4 now. And that's actually what she was going to advertise on this. But I've seen her on like Kill Tony and a couple other podcasts, and she is hilarious. She seems a little out of touch, but she always kind of was. It's Roseanne, man. But yeah, she got a strike for somewhat innocuous thing. So yeah, she was saying that the real truth is President Biden won the 2020 election, and there were 81 million votes in 36 counties. I don't know. Like, she didn't necessarily talk about, this didn't happen. This is not a legitimate thing. She kept going down the route of this is legitimate. And somehow the sarcasm leaked through or something, and actually ended up getting Theo Vaughn some sort of strike for this. Enough so that he's not able to post for like a week. And then Tim Dillon was something rather similar. And then, there were like 3 others that all happened within like a 2-week stretch. it seems like people are really coming down on comedy right now, which is kind of scary to me. So yeah, it may actually be a strange revolution where we're actually changing platforms. I know both Tim Dillon and Theo Vaughn mentioned possibly going to Twitter,
I think
and
maybe
yeah, it would
YouTube
be.
is just shifting markets because since they pushed
It
into the
might.
shorts market, it's really made a real impact, a real boom. A lot of things, even longer form videos, have sort of cropped up around that, especially in commentary. Because I swim the oceans, not a specialist like you and Gray. This is why I asked you to come on to talk about comedy. Um, where do you see the overlap in comedians, comedic satire, satirists? Like, are you familiar with J Rags, who did
Yeah,
very satirical and ironic humor?
for sure. Yeah, J Reg. I don't know.
J
Like,
Rags.
I liked a lot of his videos, but I'm not sure if it is like ironic or not. Like, I don't know. I never actually got to the bottom of like
I
what
don't think there
was
is any
serious and
bottom.
what wasn't. I don't know.
I,
That being said, I've enjoyed his work. I don't know that I've quite understood it all.
so that might be like what we were watching in that one video, talking about that you don't absolutely understand the comedy of Dre Rags, but
For
you
sure.
enjoy it still. There was a whole community. I sort of got out of it. I got into it when I was looking for my centrist top 10 centrist video because I used to make sort of every year I would make a top 10 list as a parody. There would always be some,
Mhm.
at least one pick that made you be like, is this a real list? And J Rags for my top 10 centrist slash moderates was my dog tag, I guess. Because when you have a comedy bit, sometimes people don't get it unless you have one extreme example to highlight how you're being comedic, sort of like the Eden Baby things and Modest Proposal. There's a couple of things like that. There's a lot of people trying to say they're satire and commentary. Have you even tried to watch any of those things? I mean, they were very much in the
Yeah.
veins of iDubbbz, you know, the roasting.
Yeah.
I mean, you might
Yeah, I
not
was
be.
trying to think who else would qualify as that, but yeah, it's not really my cup of tea. I don't
Understand,
know.
like
I
Leafy
kind of
is here.
dug some of those. Yeah, and I kind of dug some of those iDub content cop things, but I was never really the biggest fan. I just kind of. I think the Rice Gum one was the one that I knew the most, and then I think there were like a couple of rap diss tracks going back and forth, and I think that caused like a war. I don't know.
Did you even get into that
I
stupid
remember some
stuff?
of that
Yeah,
stuff.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, it it was kind of fun. I still remember what was it, like bitch lasagna or
Was
whatever.
that PewDiePie, I think?
I think that was the PewDiePie's one, but I think that one was yeah, I think that was a beef track, but I can't remember now. If not, then I'm mixing it up with his other one.
Yeah, he had
But
a T Series
yeah,
one celebration. That one was sort of funny.
yeah, that one too. So I don't know, like there is some kind of absurd, over the top comedy. I don't know, it's funny, but I don't know that the platform is really wanting that anymore. I know, like, so everyone's getting a bunch of strikes. I think like Legion of Skanks is on like their fourth or something channel. They just keep getting their channels nuked. Granted, they do bill themselves as like the most offensive podcast on earth, so I could see why they would keep getting banned, especially if they kind of slip up and show something they're not supposed to, or let things go beeped, if you will.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, they're currently still on YouTube, and they are the most offensive podcast out there. So I don't know. It is going to be interesting if others do decide to leave YouTube. I just don't know if there's a viable platform, but with Tucker Carlson leaving and
Well, Leafy
leaving
is here
Fox
is on
specifically,
Rumble
and
now. Okay, there's also Rumble as
I know,
alternative.
but Rumble has the right wing connotation now.
I think so.
Like,
I think
I
that's
don't know that
more
it's ever going to be as
Nick
big.
Fuentes is
Well, fair enough. That one's like far right, but
Yeah, Ethan
Rumble,
Ralph.
I don't know. I always keep hearing that, like it's right wing, like Tim Pool right wing, and it's like, okay, is he really right wing?
Not
But
really.
that's how I keep hearing that platform is billed. Where Twitter, I don't know, like the comedians that I hear talking about it, they're not right wing comedians, but Tucker Carlson is going there. He's taking his show to Twitter. Elon has supposedly said that he's committed to free speech. If that's the case, I don't know. Maybe that is the place for comedy to go to.
Maybe. I mean,
I don't know. It could definitely change what Twitter is doing. I don't
Twitter
know what
has
the model would
shaky
be for making money
times.
off of it.
They're doing weird
But
stuff, and
hey, if they
people
have ads too, like on the videos, I don't know. Maybe
are jumping
maybe that's a way that they could
from
do
Twitter to something called
something. Yeah.
Thread. Yeah, I think it's called
Yeah,
Threads.
there's
A lot of
that
people,
one, and there's another one that I've
a
seen
lot
a
of people have
bunch.
been directing people because of something Elon said. They're trying to promote people to get in their Discord, and some people are talking about go to a new thing called Thread, which I never heard of. Yeah, on Rumble now, they seem to be trying to take over. Seems to be doing decent numbers right now. Russell Brand's up there. I can understand why they would think it's right wing. It's alternative to YouTube.
Yeah.
But also Twitch is having problems. Not that you can really do comedy on Twitch.
Yeah.
I mean, Twitch is
No,
ridiculous.
theirs is much different now. And yeah, a lot of people seem to be jumping ship off of there. But it feels like with a lot of the social medias, you can kind of choose your flavor. So if you want to be left wing social media, you can find that. Apparently, Twitter is now too right wing. But like there's always like the other
And
ones,
Eric
like the alternatives.
and Anna Kasparian is a right wing. It's trying to grift off of the right wing. Join the Young Turks. Hilarious stuff.
Apparently no.
And I saw someone mention, "Oh yeah, Cenk and Anna are so transphobic." I'm like, oh God, how freaking fucking
Yeah,
in
I
the
remember when
bubble.
that was our leftists, and now they're not left enough. I don't know. It is kind of strange, for sure. But yeah, it seems like there's some censorship coming to YouTube again. So I don't know. I'm hoping this isn't like the fourth or fifth adpocalypse, whatever the hell we're on.
Maybe
now.
they're trying to avert it with all these quick bans. I mean, I have been seeing a lot of people have been talking about it. There was the whole Ackman situation where sexual content, where he had a meme with this guy Quantum TV, who is typically a lolcow that a lot of the gaming commentary YouTubers crack fun of and follow, like a lolcow, like Chris Chan and a lot of that. What do you think? That brings me into a good issue. Do you know about these people following the
Yeah.
lolcows like Chris Chan,
Yeah.
DSP,
Yeah, I definitely know about Chris Chan,
Wings of
whatever, Saga.
Redemption? I mean,
I've heard of the DSP one. I don't think I know Wings of Redemption, but I do know the whole lolcow thing. Whatever you want to call it, archetype. Yeah, I don't know. It seems kind of sad to me. That being said, there seem to be a bunch of communities that kind of do that. They kind of, I don't know if you call it like hate watch or hate follow or just kind of document the thing. I guess some could argue, we're doing that with Dane, that he is a lolcow unto himself. And, people go there to hate watch and they like to watch the anti-Dane community, I guess.
interesting.
So I don't know. I guess I'd be somewhat hypocritical to say like it's a bad thing. I understand it. I don't really participate, but I know like in like the weight loss community, there's a bunch of them that are kind of similar. Like I think Amber Lynn Reed or whatever is her name. But yeah, there are supposed lolcows in a lot of different communities on the internet. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have a strong feeling on the whole lolcow thing?
I
Do you think it's a wrong?
I think
thing?
it is becoming pragmatic. The people are looking for targets to sort of go after. I meant some of it's in good fun, but I think people cross the line. There was a commentary person who took the commentary scene called Salvo Pancakes for a while, and he did some really shady shit. He was really causing havoc with Keemstar. You know about Keemstar, right?
Yeah.
Troll turned drama whoring guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely have seen a lot of the drama with that, and I don't know.
I
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like a lot of his stuff is or popularity is kind of waning in the recent past. Um, I
Keemstar?
don't know. Yeah, like I don't believe he's still what he used to be, and
Absolutely not.
I don't
The
know.
dude.
I don't think that he should be talking about the news skirt that way.
Thank you, mystery stranger. Good to see we have fans
Entirely too
out
wrong.
there.
Yeah,
Patrick's just a
too wrong.
hater, at least to
Oh,
me. He's
one
Dane's
of
best buddy.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think so sorry, the other comedian was Danny Polishuk. He also was struck last week. Um I don't know if you remember the sorry, now I'm
Here,
screwing up everyone's name
I'm
on
worried about the
No,
getting
no.
struck again, but maybe this will future comedy. Maybe just by showing this on screen will refresh because this is the one you got me with. Tim Dillard,
Yeah, Tim Dillon and sorry, Theo Vaughn were both struck last week, and then I don't know if you remember that sketch. It was making the rounds for quite a while, but it was woke versus racist, or woke compared to racist with Ryan Long.
Okay.
Anyway, he's the other guy in it, so he would have been the woke guy, and Ryan Long was the racist guy. But yeah, he just got struck last week, so he had to actually make a new channel. I can't remember exactly.
Ryan Long
what
got
his new
struck, or
channel is
someone who
called.
had him on?
Danny Polishuk. He's basically like his partner. He's in a lot of the sketches that they do together. He's the other guy in that.
God.
Yeah. So it's really weird. They're going after a lot of comedians, but I don't know. Still, a lot of people aren't struck yet. So I don't know. I'm just not sure if they are going to be moving to different platforms. I know if somebody as big as Tim Dillon that could definitely signal some sort of movement for sure. I don't know. I don't think the censorship is getting quite as bad on YouTube as it is like on Twitch, but
This
I don't
could
know.
just
This
be
doesn't bode well for comedians.
This could just be they could just be testing out a new algorithm, and they might want to correct it if they want to keep these people, or they could be going into this long form short form shorts nonsense, because a lot of commentaries make fun of just do shorts, making fun of other shorts, and it's becoming really meta. And I'm not finding it
Yeah.
really good, but a lot of people are getting a lot of growth off of it. I don't know how much money they're making.
I don't think there's like any money in shorts or anything like that, but I think
I don't
it
think there's
brings in
really
a
much
certain type
ad.
of
I don't see
view.
how the ads are on
No,
shorts. So
and you don't get like much revenue on it, from what I understand. And then the average short watcher is not really somebody that would watch long form content. So
yeah, a lot of people grow
I don't
off
know.
of shorts.
It's really weird.
Don't really get the views on their longer videos. That was the whole thing with Zero. It needs
Yeah.
coffee.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the utility of it. It will get eyes out there, but yeah, I definitely haven't found too much with my shorts, but I haven't done much with shorts.
Shorts are good for promoting your channel,
Oh
but
no, we just bored a base life into having a stroke.
shit. Sorry. Do we need to do something? Make a joke? A little dance?
I think that's like half the audience we just killed right there. So that's not good.
Are we getting
You
too
will be
deep,
missed.
too boring? Do I need to
were
insult
based.
Gray a little bit more, or play
Yeah,
some
let's
parody
get the
songs?
claws out again.
Like, what do you think of this? This is going to be a parody song. It shouldn't probably get me struck again. That just really weirded me out. It probably was just too many cooks for too long. We were talking over
Yeah,
it,
it
but
could
the
be.
visual, I don't know. I'm not going to do that again ever. But something like this, a parody. I got this guy to do a parody song for me because I found this fascinating. They really harassed this guy, the commentary community, and everyone just loved it. Calling him a pedo and stuff because of some stuff. I was seeing more of this going on. But it's just it's within children. I mean, Gray, you should not deal with a lot of these children that I try to cover because they really are insufferable to talk to. Most of them. I mean, some of them have senses of humor, but some of them just, they talk about doing satire and making fun of people, but then they all spurg out when someone starts making fun of them. I understand that. See, my understanding of gamer talk, shit talk, I'm sure people. Sorry, I don't have good tits, a base life. Plus, I don't feel like going on camera. I don't have a good one. Gray, maybe you got any?
Nah, I'm running out.
Okay. But yeah, let me take that down. But yeah, it probably is outside your expertise. So definitely would want your advice on sort of this sort of issue. Like there's roast comedy, and that's what I see some of this commentary going. But it gets a little bit
surprisingly,
vicious.
I'm not seeing the roast guys get taken down, and I mean, like that is like vicious. So I don't know. I haven't seen them get strikes. Like it's weird. Like Tim Dillon got the strike, but it's really just him monologuing. Like I don't know if you're familiar with his brand of comedy, but like he kind of sits there, usually has on like sunglasses or something, and is just kind of monologue. It's just words, but it's not like offensive words. They're not slurs or anything like that. So
He's probably a list for some of his views. Who knows? Or maybe the algorithm finds his face offensive. I mean, sometimes I find his face offensive, but this is why I don't show my face, so I can't really judge his face. That's a joke, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like it's just strange because then the whole Roseanne thing, like she said something that's clearly not a joke and then said something that's a joke. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what part of that is unlistenable, but it didn't exactly come off to me as hate speech. It came off as somebody doing, I don't know if you'd want to call it satire or just being ironic with their speak, but I don't know. It's just a very strange time to be in. And then, somebody that just makes like sketches on their channel got struck down.
Partner of Ryan Long. Shouldn't they support gay married men? A partnership, two guys together?
I mean, I think they're just Canadians. They're not gay married, but
the civil union,
I do believe,
hey, one's woke,
I do
one's
believe
racist.
Danny Polishuk just got engaged, so I don't want to spread vicious rumors about
just
him.
like Lauren Southern is supposedly having the secret Destiny baby. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh, freaking Chud Logic.
Yeah, that was weird that just got thrown into that whole weird accusation. I don't know. I followed that down a rabbit hole one day. That is such a weird story. But like stories like that aren't getting censored or whatever. So I don't know. It just seems arbitrary, but if you don't have the correct opinion, I don't know, somehow you're getting censored. It doesn't seem to be, random. Like no one from that whole situation got censored as far as I know, even though there were supposedly pictures that were blurred but not enough, and that didn't get a lot of people struck even though they played it. I don't know. That seems weird to me.
What, the Hunter Avalon thing? Are you talking? Okay.
Yeah. Hunter Avalon's wife had a bunch of pictures leaked on this guy's stream, and
no, his video. Yes,
supposedly
I've been keeping up with that.
Supposedly he censored it, he blurred it, but not enough. But there were a lot of people who played his video, and yet these guys weren't like struck, as far as I know.
He took down his video. That's the thing. Everyone was saying it was revenge porn and shit like that. Trying to give him a hard time
because it wasn't blurred enough.
He took it down,
no, for sure,
but they still like revenge porn, and other people used in their videos. So yeah, all these YouTubers sort of are off their rockers, and I really think things are getting weird within YouTube land between the classic comedians with these podcast strikes and some of these autistic people who, and then you have Adam 22. That's the current thing. I don't know if you're up on that, guys. He's a cuck also.
I don't know that I'm current. I know who he is, but I did hear his most recent thing that I
remember Chud Logic was making fun of him because his wife had sex with the mascot, basically the lead guy of Blacked, the porn website. So that was sort of funny. Chudwin on a whole thing. Dude got plugged by the face of black. Oh, and you got to find it
Well, I mean
funny.
that is kind of funny in a weird way, but I don't know. You marry a porn star, it kind of feels like you know, that is a road that
She
may
made
come
her
up eventually.
fame. She made her fame off of that sort of shit. So lying the shit you live in.
Kind of seems
Ugh.
like it. So yeah, because it sounds like, you know, they decided that that's the next thing for her career. I don't know a ton about the situation, but he seems okay with it. So yeah, I don't know.
See,
I wish them the best.
see, I'm an odd guy. Did you hear about the Miranda Singh? She sort of did an apology for
Yeah.
grooming.
Yeah, but even that, like, I don't know. Does it seem like grooming to you, or does it seem like
Seems like some weird
somebody
shit.
kind of trying to get clout off of
No, I
spreading
don't think
that?
it's clout. I mean,
You don't
maybe
think
there
so?
could be an element of that. This is Mike the Bike. It's funny enough. This is a parody of this, of
Yeah.
Miranda Sings. I actually recommended that he do this. He's like, other people have been telling me this. So I find this awesome. So I'm definitely gonna be like, watch this video by Mike the Bike. He does basically a parody of Miranda Sings horrible apology. And this is the sort of stuff that, well, I encouraged him to do this. Other people supposedly did also. Not close friends, but I had him make a video for me because I can't sing and I wanted to do a parody song. And I'm an asshole for this. I've been told I'm weird for creating this parody song on this one guy that did the 4-hour
Come on,
video
that's
on
not
me.
the only reason you're weird.
Exactly. In Catherine's Discord, here's the one. I have it on my channel too. I sort of am an asshole for this, but it was. I just couldn't help myself. You think I'm an asshole for commissioning this song?
Not just for that reason.
Okay, but this is part of the reason why I'm an asshole and villain.
Yeah, but I mean, like, your personality adds so much to it.
Oh,
you know?
thank you.
It's the main flavor.
Okay. Okay. I embrace the troll side a little bit too hard. Sorry, I know you don't want to engage in all these petty antics that I do, and I don't try to bring you in. Just sometimes I think it's funny and I want to gloat. Sorry,
Well,
I'm horrible,
I'm not
Gray.
always above. I'm not always above trolling.
Yeah, you have
I've
that
been known
one
to troll a
video,
bit myself,
which I think is
yeah,
rather good.
Yeah.
Do you have musical talent, Gray?
Yeah. I mean, it's arguable, but yeah, I've played a bunch of instruments and was in a bunch of bands.
See, I played instruments when I was young. I just didn't have talent. I played
come on.
piano.
You probably played a mean recorder, like, you know, Hot Cross Buns or whatever.
It was more technical. I couldn't feel the music. You know, I could play the sheet music. I could memorize the sheet music. I even did a recital. Again, I'm just a talentless hack who just likes to talk and make fun of myself and others sometimes.
Well, but you're an actor. You can act like you have talent. So, I mean, that's a talent into itself.
I'm one of the jack of all trades, except for music or language, but it's all fine, all good in the hood. Gray plays the tambourine. Is that true, mystery guest?
I played a mean tambourine.
Wow.
Okay.
I play the triangle. That whole
it takes a certain kind.
Christopher Walken sketch. Christopher Walken, classic guy. I mean, man, he plays a mean
I got a
triangle.
couple of cowbells.
But so, are you seeing any influence from new comedian YouTubers on some of the stuff? Like, we got into the whole edgy comedy.
So. Yeah, like we mentioned the whole like Ryan Long thing. I think his videos, specifically that woke versus racist, have really taken the internet by storm. Yeah, I think like there is this new room for that, and then that led into those guys having a podcast. And I know I've seen him run the Ryan Long specifically, but also Danny Polishuk, just running like the podcast circuit. And yeah, again, it's leading to like more specials. Everyone's putting out YouTube specials. It's awesome, man. We are in a golden age of comedy right now, a comedy renaissance, if you will. I just hope that it doesn't get kind of taken from us with this whole censorship thing. I hope it's just something triggered a couple people.
Oh
I'm
God.
hoping because yeah, from what I hear, I think it was like Geeks and Gamers also got like demonetized last week or something. Supposedly it was just an accident on the back end.
Oh, fuck those guys.
I don't know.
Sorry. I know you're a fan of
it
them.
is kind of scary if there's a whole bunch of censorship going through. Joel Haver
Yeah.
is awesome, man.
That's someone who I wanted to bring up. I couldn't
When did
remember
my
his
body
name
go
there for a second. I remember Dax
Yeah,
Flame, who got promoted sometime, but I could not remember this guy's name.
You know who you gotta check out? He just does these crazy, absurd sketches that are just like awesome. Bridge Stewart. Are you familiar with him?
Bridge Stewart? No.
Yeah.
Let me see. Remember
You should
Joel
totally
Haver.
check out his one with something about like the chair is just like amazing.
Oh, I'm blanking. Bridge Stewart?
I think it's Stuart.
Oh, I don't know. Let's see if this comes up with something. Oh, okay. I'll look for it later. Maybe you can.
Oh,
link-
bridge structures. Yes.
Yes.
Engineering.
Oh,
Let's
God.
not let this collapse. We can do this.
Oh, the
Wow.
stream is collapsing. Sorry, I am.
Hello, everyone. I'm
I
here
am
today with my
killing
friend
us.
Joel Haver.
Fair
He's
enough.
I
the
wanna bring
master
up
of
Joel
sketch
Haver.
comedy, and
I'll have to check
Joel
out
Haver
Bridge
is awesome.
Stewart later. But yeah, Joe Haver. Some of the stuff that came from his stuff, some of his animations is interesting. There's also some, a lot of the animations like Hot Diggity Demon. You like him at all with his sort of weird little animations?
I think I'm familiar with him. Yeah. I really do like that weird animation stuff, and I do like that weird Joel Haver style, like
Yeah.
where it's sort of rotoscope, but not really, and really poorly auto done. Like it's just an amazing style. It's certainly its own thing, and I've seen a whole bunch of people kind of copy that since.
Yeah, I think he's moved away from
but
that
yeah.
recently.
Oh, for sure.
Some
But,
of the
like, that
stuff is
Curious
still
George one
good.
You scroll by.
There's the
Yeah.
weird. Yeah,
It would have to take so much time to do that. Like, come on. But I really like that style.
Yeah, like
And I've
SNL
seen so
stole
many
my
people kind
video.
of copy that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember watching
And
that.
that is true. They pretty much did. It was a great one.
Yeah, and oof.
But I don't know. Just with, I really hope YouTube doesn't go down the route of, more censorship because, goddamn, there has been so much cool stuff like Joel Haver, like Bridge Stewart, that I don't know where this weird stuff would live.
I don't think
It's just so amazing.
Joel Haver is really going to get something. I do want to bring up. I'm not advocating for censorship, but I do really think censorship does create some, like the whole hard times thing, create strong men. Censorship can create new forms of comedy, like film noir back in the day, sort of skirted the Hays Code. And why I'm not for censorship in any forms, I do like sort of ways to get around with edgy comedy, with not politically approved comedy and really weird ways. And sometimes censorship can create new forms of comedy, at least I believe. I don't want it, but it can create new forms of comedy. What do you think about that process?
I understand what you're saying, and you're not wrong. Like, sometimes the restriction really does like make the art. That being said, there is something to having the most offensive comedy you can have out there. Like I was mentioning, like Legion of Skanks, they bill themselves as the most offensive podcast out there, and they go to the three R's, the core values. I don't even feel comfortable saying the three R's that are their core values, but they have such classic bits like who's most justified, where it's going to be who's most justified in this most unjustifiable thing. And it is comedians going through and just kind of, giving you a very, very funny, very dark take on some horrible videos, like people being beaten, like who's most justified in the beating that's obviously non-justifiable. I don't know. There is room for that kind of comedy that is just offensive for the sake of offensive. I don't know. I don't think you could get what they're doing if you did try and censor it and try to say, okay, well, here, instead of saying this, we can say this flowery phrase. I don't know. What they're doing is unique, and it is offensive, and it's intentionally offensive. I don't know. I think comedy should be allowed to do what they do. Like, they are the pressure release valve for society. And I don't know, they should be allowed to find those gray areas, those black areas, find out where the line is that can't be crossed. And, what happens if you do cross it?
You move to Rumble or Cozy TV, I guess, if you cross that line. Yeah.
But then who's going to see it? Like, when's the last time you tuned into any of that? I think I tried to watch Cozy TV once and then saw how, I couldn't just watch. I had to, create an account and was like, I think that's about as far as I got.
So it's just laziness. I mean, at a certain point, laziness will be overcome if there's not enough good stuff on the platforms you frequent. So if YouTube goes too far with its censorship, it's going to lose a lot. Sort of like how Twitch is losing a lot to Kick. People have been making fun of Pokimane because she sort of passive aggressively went after XQC for going over to Kick, and people were just mocking, like, oh really, you're evil incarnate, why are you talking about ethics and all this shit? You pretty much made the push for gambling that made your competitor rise. It was the absurdity in social situations is definitely funny, sort of like Hunter and Adam 22's wife getting plugged into the plug by the lead of.
So could you talk about that if, even comedy isn't, I don't know, if comedy isn't able to be, I don't know, actually said, could you actually honestly report on those situations, or would that be over the line too? I don't know. That seems like an incredibly absurd situation, but there's so much comedy that could be had from it. Just you bringing it up is making both of us chuckle. I feel like, that's why comedy has to be free. But I am kind of a weird person in that regard. I don't believe everybody shares my beliefs there.
Yeah, no matter what you think about Synthetic, man, I hate to bring him up, especially since Anna isn't here to do it. He's become like a punching bag recently. And from what I've been understanding is he's just trying to pull off edgy comedy. He's made that clear in some of his off videos, and people are roasting him for that because he's making like the "we was kings" joke. And he has to make this whole video to explain his joke and sort of mock the comments around him. And that's sort of where I see the future going with some of these younger YouTubers. And why I would probably enjoy a lot of these podcasts. Like, I probably don't like them as much because I hang out around
you're not a fan of comedy, so come on.
No, Dylan, he's okay sometimes. Trying to straw man me, say I have just a different taste in comedy, like how some of my comedical videos.
So it looks like we had a question on there. What's the last funny movie you watched? You're a film guy, right?
Occasionally. I've been lacking. What's the last film you watched, comedy wise?
So, I laughed the most at The Flash, probably, but I don't think
that's not really comedy, though.
No, that was like Babies in the Microwave. Like, that's dark comedy for sure. The last real comedy movie that I laughed at was probably The Machine. It's Bert Kreischer kind of biopic, but not. It's an interesting one. I definitely had a few really laugh out loud moments in there.
Yeah, I don't think I've been keeping up. Bringing up the list. What? Far From Home is labeled as a comedy movie? I definitely saw Free Guy. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Some of these lists are just whoa. Not something I can share. See, I think I'm just becoming a doomer. I'm not watching a lot of the current comedies. I wanted to watch Bodies, Bodies, Bodies if you've seen something for that, but it's sort of been putting
I
me
guess they're
off.
claiming Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves is a comedy. I thought it more of like an action adventure, but okay. I guess they're even calling Cocaine Bear a comedy. I mean, it had some comedic parts, but it wasn't like
Probably is
fair enough.
hilarious. I'm just
There
looking
are,
at what they're
some strange
considering
ones on this
comedy
list.
movies.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd have to say The Machine was the last like straight up comedy that I saw. I really liked that one. But yeah, I guess you kind of have to be primed. If you don't like Bert, you would not like that one. For sure.
The Machine.
Yeah, it's like Bert Kreischer's movie. He's a comedian. He always takes his shirt off and is really loud.
Sounds like new loud equals funny, which seems to be.
He's got some bits that are funny. He's also got some ones that I think people just laugh because he's charismatic. But I don't know. His movie was pretty funny. His father is played by Luke Skywalker. I mean that's always fun.
Yes.
I don't know. I like seeing
You're
Mark
my
Hamill.
son. Okay, I see this Machine. Bert catches on the past. Oh, it's got a horrible rating though, man.
Yeah,
You sure you want
kind of
to
have to be a
stand that?
Bert. I liked it, but I'm a Bert fan, so I don't know. I would like to see those guys make more movies. I like Bert. I like Tom. I like all those guys. I'd like to see them.
Renfield does
each get
seem
their own movie.
interesting, but I'm just hesitant to do any comedies nowadays. Wow. I'm just looking at
Wow,
the
so you're just
comedy
not
list.
a fan of comedy, period.
Not
So,
modern day comedy. I love the spoofs of the 80s. Maybe I just
spoofs
been,
of the 80s.
Yeah,
Careful, man. Careful. Almost
almost
I
got
don't
us
know.
delisted again.
Again, yeah. It's
with
awfully
my-
close to it could be considered near slur.
Near star. Oh god.
Yeah, but
Gray,
don't
stop
know,
being
that's-
such a sissy. Did
okay.
I just slur you? Was that a slur?
I think so. I don't identify that way, sir.
God, there really isn't.
I am no sissy. Yeah, I guess technically, if we were on Twitter, that would be. But I think you're cool.
Well, that's also repeated. I would have had to go create a song. Gray's a sissy, sissy, sissy. He's such a sissy. See, now that would definitely be over the line. That would be harassment, canceled. Calling you a
Kinda seems
sissy
like
so
it.
much. But yeah, okay, you got me in a pinch. I don't know of any really good. I haven't seen any recent good comedy movies. I guess I'm just too in the weeds with video games, and I haven't really watched anime that much. I'm just becoming a doomer, I guess. Kick me, Gray.
So much less now. Like, yeah, the whole unspeakable event really did kind of change my patterns on that. I used to go a lot, but apparently it changed a lot of people's habits. Now people kind of only go to certain movies. It's not like people just go to the movies anymore. Which I don't know. I definitely remember doing that. Like, I don't know what's planned. Let's just go to the movie theater. Okay, there's a movie there. Yeah, I don't think many people do that anymore. Which, fair enough. But I don't know. Hopefully,
They're remaking White Men Can't Jump. It looks like
they
best
already
new
did
comedy
it.
movies. Okay.
Yeah, it's like Jack
didn't hear
Harlow or
about it.
whatever. Yeah. Did you like the original? Did you get The White Men Can't Jump?
It was a good movie. Oh, like this one.
Okay.
I don't want to see No Hard Feelings. It seems like so much cringe. Jennifer Lawrence, I think, gets hired to date a teenager. I just can't get
Yeah.
behind some of this. Renfield actually looks good. I'm gonna actually have to
it
do
looks,
that at some
decent.
point.
I have not seen that one. I should, but yeah, I've kind of been seeing more comic book movies recently, I guess.
I guess that's sort of oversaturated. That has hit the fields and gone running. But
For
yeah,
sure.
I guess I just don't get my comedy from movies anymore, or even really TV
Well,
shows.
don't go to the source, man. Don't get it distilled down into like some
Yeah,
romantic thing.
just
Just get it right from the comedian. You need it. It
no, I need it
will
hard. I
fix
need
your heart.
get
Well, you
CK
might
Lewis.
become human again.
I mean, there has been some good stuff that I've seen. A lot of it's been a couple of months, but I see a lot of cheesy movies. There was a Risk Cutters movie that was sort of dark that I liked. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I think he kills himself, and pretty much the afterlife is sort of like the Earth, but weird. I like dark comedies, and I
Fair enough.
definitely shit. Well, why don't thought in my mind is to sort of rate one of my comedies, one of my older comedic. Can you do that for me, Gray?
Yeah, sure.
See how well you think this old comedy of mine holds up. And I shouldn't be copyrighted for it because it's my own videos. Let's hope not. Like this one. It's cubic. The breast implants I want. In an American car so much bigger than our Japanese ones. Imagine the engine on that thing. It's the perfect car. It just makes me all wet. Don't be so superficial, so cringe. You dumb one. And scratch full of features that an airhead like you will need. A pink one with a unicorn would match my ass tattoo perfectly. Yeah, cringe. Not one of my better ones, but sometimes you gotta create cringe.
What do you think of that one?
Oh, it's cringy.
So you're saying cringe?
Yeah, of course. I made it.
I don't know.
It's horrible.
As a fan of the original Sailor Moon, I gotta say your voice acting could use just a little bit of work. You don't.
Well, you are
really
professional voice actor,
but yes, so pro. But yeah, I can get the comedy in there, and I do like the what you did with the looking at the constellations. Yeah, I definitely get what you're going for there. But yeah.
So if you created comedy on YouTube channel, which you should at some point, besides just your 100 subs song, how would you approach it? A satire? What approach would you take?
You know, it's completely different today. I think I'd probably go with sketches, just because that's kind of what kind of comes to mind. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I think I'd go sketch is how I would do it now. I don't know. Would you go with satire or? Cause I don't know. It seems like, with you being an actor, it seems like sketch would be like right up your alley.
Yeah, I would definitely do a sketch. I'm still waiting for. I might have to jump that in case the death of the author. You remember what I told you? Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Yes.
What I'm going to jump in the middle that might blow up in my face, but I want to keep that in my pocket for that as a little fun little random thing in the middle. Death of a comedian. But yeah, I'll keep that as a surprise. But yeah, I definitely could create something. I've tried to, well, that one thing is a dark comedy. And there's definitely other things I've thought of writing. I've started writing that's comedic, like something about a typewriter. Yeah, I would definitely have to sit down and think about how I would do a one-man act or sketch show around there. Deans, I guess we lost A Base Life to hate watching. God rest A Base Life.
You can hate watch two things at the same time, but Yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't think comedy is dead. And you're right. Like there are certain types of comedy that you could do with the restrictions, and in fact, it could make it even better. I just think we would lose certain types of comedy, and that's I don't know. That's a shame. I think there's something to be said about extremely vulgar comedy. I think it exists for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, and using slurs, do you think that's okay even? If it's in a
Um,
comedic
I
purpose?
think if it's for comedy, I think yes, it is. If you're just calling somebody that, I think that's morally reprehensible. But I think anything should be allowed for the sake of comedy.
Okay. Not murder though. I think J Rags had a
It
parody
really
on
depends on
that.
how funny it is. But no, I would say not a crime per se, unless it's just speech
I
laws.
murdered him
Then I wouldn't
ironically,
agree with you.
Judge. You look, I winked before I stabbed him.
I mean, it is
And
a
look at me
hilarious
rolling
concept,
my
and I think that
eyes.
sketch should be,
Oh,
it makes sense. But yeah, I couldn't support murder or any bodily harm done for the sake of comedy.
yeah. Or this scene here. I wonder if this video is probably down. Not this one. I know I have the scene in here. Here. This famous scene. I took up a preacher voice. Our Lord and Savior, iDubbbz. What would iDubbbz do? Do you think I
Did you
earmarked
use the
this correctly
actual
enough?
audio for this part?
No. Sample it. It's too long for me.
Cop on Tanamon, whatever. Which way will the wind blow for the commentary community?
Say nigger.
Whoa.
One man has seen that way.
Said
A
it.
man
Oh,
who
wow.
joined in the great rise.
Is the stream
against
still up? I
Keemstar.
forgot. I
A
actually
man who
privated
dealt
that
Leafy's here
one.
his fatal blow. He has come down from his lofty Twitch stream to deliver the
Okay, not
prophecy
down.
of the great Lord of the commentary community, iDubbbz. That man is Nick Cash, maybe better known as
Oh yeah. I think it's been so long since I've seen this. I was making fun of Nick Cash. Okay. And iDubbbz. What would iDubbbz do?
Our overreaction hurt them more than iDubbbz content cop could ever. People wonder why Zaptai responded the way he did. Maybe he learned the lessons of the two before him.
Yeah, cringe. Okay. Oof. Old videos. Thank God you don't have those, Gray. Did I lose you? Did you die of cringe?
No, sorry. I just took a sip of coffee and then started choking. So
Oh, because
Had
of
to
how
kinda mute for a
horrible that
second.
was?
yeah, it was so cringe. I almost died from coffee ingestion.
But nevertheless,
Ah.
there
Oh, yeah. Horrible, Mike. I thought this was better, but it's good reason I unlisted this video. And I didn't quite pull off the preacher voice as much as I thought I did. It's what I was going for. Great Lord, iDubbbz. I thought it was funny at the time, and it worked. But this video is unlisted mainly because I'm like, with the way things, I should private it again. With the way things, maybe back it up and delete it. It does have the
Yeah.
N word. I'm not saying. I
Yeah.
hope I don't say it for this video. I don't think I do. I'm not going to admit to it if I do. You listening, YouTube? I would never say the N word. Me as a white man, never going to happen. Except for
You
on
wouldn't
Discord
iDubbbz
calls.
it.
Wouldn't iDubbbz and call a pretty young white lady? Yeah, I talked about many issues in this probably. Oh, yeah, sorry. I keep exposing you to cringe in an attempt to be like, look how bad my comedy videos were. I didn't really prepare for this, so I'm sorry, Gray.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
how I could
I think you
prepare for
did
this.
prepare. I see that it was added to a list. I think you wanted to show the world this video. I don't think you think it should be seen.
I should embarrass
So,
myself. But yeah, I knew
Oh,
if we wanted to get
okay,
on the
that makes
topic of
sense.
comedy, having some examples of my comedy so you can make fun of me for it. Like, I definitely didn't live up to the original voice actor of Uzagi here.
I'm just saying, Usagi is a great character with a great voice actress.
I think I
and,
really actually screwed up the cat's voice. I think that's where I really committed my voice acting sin there.
Luna's voice is quite distinct as well. Yeah.
I tried to do it, but
Yeah.
that was just weird. Cat voice. I don't know what to do with that. But yeah, well. So edgy comedy, good. You think?
Edgy comedy, good. I hope it's around to stay. But if not, we'll still have comedy. But it'll need a new platform because edgy comedy should live somewhere. And we're in the day and age where we got the best that's out there. So
Yeah, we
I
don't
want
need the
more.
cringy comedy of the shorts because all the
The cringe will be
commentaries.
around.
I mean, I don't know how people do that comedy. I mean, I turn some video ideas into shorts just for fun to see what they'll do.
I
Stuff
don't know.
like
One
that.
man's cringe is another man's treasure. So like you got like Carrot Top, you've got like any of the prop comics, like the Gallagher, like the puppet comics, any of those. I mean, there's definitely utility there, and it's someone's cup of tea. But hasn't every one of those been called cringe by somebody?
Yeah.
I don't know. Cringe comedy is always going to be there. If not, it's the marionettes with the little cringe play or something. Something's going to be there that's cringe. But it's still comedy.
Yeah. And do you think your and Patrick's work, you think it all can classify as comedy in a certain way, or is it more?
I hope so. In a certain way, I hope it definitely does. We're definitely looking to add a little bit of comedy where we can in there. But yeah, we're hoping with future content there will definitely be more.
I mean, it's sort of hard not to make fun of him too much because I'm just falling back into more. I mean, I had more fun with my Mueller video, sort of nitpicking Mueller. I mean, I don't feel bad about nitpicking Mueller, especially since it was in good faith fun. So I didn't have to be too much of an asshole. And I try not to be an asshole. Like even with my Kurtosis video, I try to create, but it's really hard to get into this sort of a reviewing with comedy and people sometimes take it too seriously, not realize you're joking. Like
Yeah, for
everyone has
sure.
to label, oh, this is satire. And I really don't think a lot of these people who try to use the shield of satire and irony actually do it. J-Rags does, but a lot of these commentators sort of fail at it.
Yeah.
Mystery Guest has gave you links to his horrible, awful comedies. That's interesting. Maybe link that to me later.
Yeah. I think so. Definitely don't want to dox him on stream. But
Oh, it's personal information. Okay.
he's got some real stuff out there. I
Oh.
think somebody would be able to understand who it is if they saw what
I
it
don't
was.
want to know.
But
Don't speak of it. We're still broadcasting, Gray. Yeah. Oh,
Fair enough.
God. There's so much crap out there, and sort of the sort of the stream getting taken down sort of destroyed my momentum. I thought I had it back for a while, but I'm failing now. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to do these live streams to get practice at this. Maybe I should plan them out better, have a more structure. I wonder, but I thought this would be a nice, fun little comedy venture that, well, we still got into some of the drama by making fun of some of the people that we've covered previously, which is all fine. Yes, absolutely. Patrick ruins everything. That damn hate watcher, bringing that hate watcher mentality in here. He should learn to just go with the flow and learn to enjoy.
He watched
things.
most of the show. That's pretty awesome. He gave me
Yeah.
at least 2 hate watches today.
Yeah. Hopefully, he gave me 2 hate dislikes also. You got to love hate from Patrick.
Yeah, either way, engagement. It's always good.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this was just kind of a conversation on it. I guess we could have had it more structured. But hey, we have a future one that will be more structured. I guess we're
Obviously,
gonna
I'm
tease
not
it to
running
the
that,
whole
right?
audience.
That's the death of the author, hopefully.
We better have that conversation. We got to get in touch with Andrew on that. I would like to have him in there too. If not, then we should have just already had the conversation.
Okay,
But
maybe
yeah, I'd
next
like to get Andrew
weekend.
Clark involved in that one. Yeah, let me talk to Andrew and see when works for him. Yeah, we just need to get him and Patrick together at the same time. But yeah, the other one, our debate, man. I am serious.
Okay.
I am so pro Jar Jar on this. I will take down Scrappy Doo. We got to make this a real thing.
Okay. We will.
There will be structure to it. If you want to have rounds, I'm down. We can have a more structured conversation if you want.
Well, that's never what I want. I want pure and utter chaos, but that's just me.
Oh.
I like to be able to.
No organized chaos for you?
No, definitely
Just
not
pure.
organized. Organized chaos is
Oh,
boring
okay.
because. Sorry, I was purposely doing the to imitate organized chaos. Probably wasn't too lifelike. It's not that exaggeration of his sort of duh movements. And I'm sort of getting a little bit too mean to Bob now. Sorry, Bob, if you're watching this in the future. Probably not. But yeah, coming to the end. Satire's really hard to do on YouTube, and a lot of people don't do it very well who claim to. And
That's true.
doing actual stand-up and even podcast is definitely something that is a talent that must be acquired. I don't probably give the stand-up comedians as much credit as I should, just because I like stories, and there's only certain comedians who do that storytelling methods like Pryor and Chappelle. I'm sure there's a few other people that are out there, but you know what? Great. Not that anyone's gonna watch this in part except for our mystery stranger here, but do you want to plug anything upcoming?
Yeah, me, Patrick, and Tiamat have a video coming out on Monday. Check that out.
Nice premiere
Good times.
or
Yeah, it'll just be a premiere.
it'll pop up
I've been
ahead of
editing
time.
the hell out of it. My computer kind of ate the recording, so good times.
Okay, good stuff. I have 2 videos I need to edit. I don't know if they're ever going to come out at this rate. I keep on sitting down
Yeah,
to
I
edit
feel the
them,
same
and
way.
I'm like, I don't want to do this now. I'm play a video game or do something else. You know,
Ah,
they're
well, yeah, that's about where I'm at with this, but it should be out Monday, hopefully.
okay. And we have 2 things probably set up for the future. The Scrappy
Yes.
Doo versus Jar Jar Binks debate
Jar
and
Jar.
Death of the Author.
Jar Jar, the greatest character compared to Scrappy Doo. Yes.
Yeah, sorry. It's a close contest, but I think Scrappy Doo does pull ahead by just, a scrap. Okay, bad joke. Take care, everyone. Hope you enjoy.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.